It is pure pandemonium in Sacramento. UC Davis Health brings you this highly anticipated midseason matchup between San Antonio and Sacramento. It's two of the top three clubs in the Western Conference going head-to-head in the capital of California. We welcome you inside Hart Health Park. I'm Rob McAllister, former Republic midfielder and all-around great guy. Adam Moffitt here for this one. San Antonio, Sacramento, what a history it has been. Two clubs that have been tightly contested contests every time they see each other on the field. We've seen improbable goals out of it. We've seen brilliant saves. We've seen masterful coaching through 11 contests. That has led to each team scoring 10 goals in this series, as well as 4 wins. Can we expect more of that tonight?
We can. Not much separates these two sides. San Antonio, the reigning USL champions, against Sacramento, who have been the early pace setters this year. Both sides really have to come out high energy. They know how to find the back of the net and they know how to defend. It's going to be a battle tonight, and here's a couple players we got to watch out for.
Our Western Health Advantage matchup. We begin with Russell Cicerone. What a year he is having. I know he's going to want to get the scoreboard. Only 1 shot on target last time they met.
He'll be hungry to prove himself. He's going to continue to be the focal point of the attack for Sacramento, and San Antonio will be very aware of that. Look for him to have a big night tonight.
Meanwhile, a newcomer who has scored quite a few goals for them, 5 on the year already, Tani Oluwaseyi, is really having a breakout season.
None better than that game against Charleston Battery. He scored 3, assisted 2. He's a handful. He's missing Sam Adeniran tonight as well, so he's got to step up a little bit more. Doesn't have the big man next to him. He's fun to watch, though. He knows where the back of the net is, and he'll be a big threat tonight.
Scoreless draw last time these two teams got together. What will we see tonight here in California? They're always tight. A lot of them ending 1-0. Will we see more goals? Sacramento owns that 3-2 advantage to the best all time. Will we see a lot of goals? Will we see a tight contest? Who's to say? But these are two of the best, and they're coming up right after this.
The fun has begun. The Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino is now Northern California's premier family fun destination. Get your heart racing on this spectacular 3-level indoor kart track. If bowling is up your alley, there are 18 lanes of fun at the Apex, plus a mind-blowing virtual reality arcade, incredible golf simulators, and one of the best sports bars anywhere. We're taking entertainment to a whole new level. It's the Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012. Because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
This is the look of a woman who fought cancer for years with no answers. A woman who bravely championed her own health and found a doctor who'd do the same. A woman whose ending was rewritten when she found remission. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
It's a great opportunity for them to make new friends, come out and learn a new skill, or if they've been playing for a long time, to come out and compete against some of the other kids that are from the local area.
Tonight's presentation is brought to you by UC Davis Health and by Western Health Advantage. Let's get to our starting 11, brought to you by Los Rios Community College District. And for Sacramento, we've seen this before, only change Lee Desmond not in. That means Shane Wee is back in the 11 left center back position. That's hard to say. What do you expect, though, Cicerone Herrera again up top?
They want to get goals tonight. Really disappointed the last home game not to get the goals. They had opportunities. That's a lineup that's capable of putting the ball in the back of the net.
Nick Ross has been brilliant the last couple of weeks as well. And for San Antonio, Sam Adinnerin called up to St. Louis City today. He is not in the line. That means Justin Dillon will be. But they've got a similar three style in the back. You brought the two, you look at who might come shift around, but two teams, similar formations, but different styles in the way they play. And they are led by Alan Marcina here tonight. San Antonio, 25 points on the season, 6-2-7. Republic with 29, 8-2-5. It's the Republic in second, San Antonio in third place, trying to get ground on the Republic, who have been one of the best teams the entire season so far. It's match number 16. We're nearly halfway through. It's the Republic in black. It's San Antonio red, and they've got everybody in the midfield line ready to go here. They're going to try to get one early. This is a team, we've seen a lot of different things from this club over the year. What will they bring here tonight? Anyone's guess. Jeremy Shear, our referee, blows the whistle, and here we go. Mitch Taylor going to loft one over the top, and Luis Felipe already there quickly. Typically, Adam, we've seen San Antonio in years past. They sort of just lob it up over the top, try to get something. It's been a little bit different as of late. Here's Nick Ross. Nearly an early goal for Jack Gurr a week ago. Was unable to get through as Mitch Tainter comes charging through. And he is cut down. So what will we expect to see from San Antonio now?
They'll be looking to get a hot start here in Sacramento. You can see they sent that ball long early, and we will see a lot of that tonight. They don't really mess around too much at the back. Very direct, and it's worked for them. Reigning USL champions, sitting in a great position this year. Maybe not as dominant as we've seen in the past, but still a very, very dangerous side.
These two teams meeting earlier this year. It was a scoreless draw. Cicerone trying to get through, and it's enough for Carter Manley to slow things down. A deep throw here, Republic. Looking to rebound from the loss to Monterey Bay. Herrera, little pressure in the box. Herrera trying to turn on Tainter. Herrera is there. The double team splits through Tainter. Tainter goes down and cleared away by Abu. Shane Wheat keeping the press high. Sacramento trying to stay in the San Antonio half here. Both teams know how important it is to score early. A heavy challenge early from Mitch Tainter on Nick Ross, and a warning coming from Jeremy Shear. But that's the style we see from San Antonio. They're physical, they're not afraid to make tackles, and they want to get things going in their direction.
Very fortunate not to get carded there, Mitch Tainter. I think the clock's working in his favor, but that is reckless. It was the back left leg more than anything, and he's right, he does get the ball, but you can't just run through the back of someone like that, and he's ready to go. Mitch Tainter, we've seen it. He's amped up. He's got a point to prove against his former side here tonight, and he just has to be careful. Now, one more challenge, it probably will be a yellow card for him.
Gurr moving forward in the box, trying to slide forward, a little bit of physicality, and there's the goal, but it is going to be a penalty first. They point to the spot, a PK coming for Sacramento. Interesting, because the play continued on, Adam. Where do you say? A little bit of confusion in the stadium, that's for sure.
Jack Gurr picks up that ball, and he's driving through and just scythed from behind. And it was Connor Maloney, I believe it was, and that is tough for Jack Gurr. He's getting some treatment right now.
And look at that, Cicerone's the one who actually will put it away. Well, with the moment here, let's get to our inactive report brought to you by Delta Dental, as the Jack Gurr holding his right leg.
That's not a good sign for the Republic. And you look at the inactive report currently, Rodrigo Lopez, Matt LaGrassa on there.
And well, Lamar Batista, a really big one. He was quite good against this Republic team, earning a spot on Team of the Week for his performance. Because of caution accumulation, he will not be in tonight. And Jack Gurr, so vital in that right winger position for Sacramento, and you just hope this is not going to be more serious than what it maybe look like right now for Jack Gurr. You know, he's one of the toughest players on this team, fiercely competitive, but his grimaces don't give you a lot of
it does not look good. Does not look good at all. And it was Connor Maloney chased him down from behind, made contact, but I'm not sure if it was just on a follow through. It was maybe Fabian Garcia he knocked into, and maybe the referee plays advantage, lets the play finish. It's going to be a penalty kick either way, but
I think Gurr actually grabbed the ball at one point, so I don't know if it would have counted. Let's take another look at it.
The arms came up from Jack Gurr, and hear the fans as he gets back to his feet. Let's see if he can shake this one off. That would be a massive, massive loss early if he were not able to continue, but he has got his team a penalty kick. And what a fast start this would be for the Republic. And just maybe a little bit over aggressive from San Antonio. The free kick given away by Tainter. Maloney diving in when you're chasing someone from behind. And it looks like it's going to be Sebastian Herrera, the Colombian, hoping to add to his account. And you like to see that. You like to see a striker step up, take the ball, get them going. Could be a penalty kick that gets the confidence going. We'll get another little bit of treatment here. Looks like Carter Manley's on the ground. I'm not too sure what the issue was there.
So both teams with very vital pieces. Slow to get up. Carter Manley, the 26-year-old out of Duke. Originally drafted by Minnesota United, and he's been a key contributor, and he is walking very gingerly. I don't know if he can put any weight. Carter Manley might not be continuing this game.
And Manley might have been the player that Jack Gurr knocked into as he kind of went to the ground. A heavy collision, and it might have been with that left leg of Carter Manley. And that's just unfortunate. Two players 2 minutes into the game, both number 2.
And here is going to be a change for Alan Marcina, as Carter Manley is going to come out of this game. And Isaiah Parker on loan from FC Dallas into this match, and a quite unexpected entry into this game as Carter Manley goes out. And our substitution is brought to you by Medic Ambulance. And now the penalty kick for Sebastian Herrera, looking for goal number 3. That's number 4, and there it is. Republic get the PK in the 7th minute. Sebastian Herrera with 4 in the championship play, 2 more in U.S. Open Cup play. They wanted to get him going. Great opportunity to do that, and the PK is good for Sacramento.
What a start for this Republic side after the disappointment from last week. Mark Briggs would have spoke about come out strong, and they've done that. Jack Gurr driving in at the penalty box, gets his team a penalty kick, and Sebastian Herrera sends Jordan Farr the wrong way. 1-0 Republic. We're in the 6th minute of the game.
Here's Mitch Tainter. They're trying to lock everybody forward, and you can see it's almost a design play from the kick. With that whole heavy right side, ball bounces up on Abu. He's able to keep in play, and a good step there by Shane Wheat. Well, it's interesting when you look at the Republic's success. When they score first, they are 8-0-2 this year. And here is Maloney with the deep throw to the right side. A lot of shifting from this 11 for San Antonio as well. Guys will look at different places, and Herrera taking down Garcia, moving forward, blasting through. Look at chance for Russell Cicerone. And Villader, as this heavy right side pressure coming from San Antonio. There's Carlos Azacar pushing that Shane Wheat pass to Danny Vitiello. Here's Nick Ross. Nick Ross moving all over the field. Look at this from Russell Cicerone. Tell you what, a lot of grabbing, holding, physical play here already tonight. Started with a PK, now the right side. Here comes Timmer. but the center backs for San Antonio have so much freedom to get up into the attack, Adam.
And we've seen a little change there with Carter Manley, who's playing on the right of that back three. Looks like Connor Maloney slid in there. And Isaiah Parker has gone into that left wing back position for them. So it's never great when you have to bring someone into the game and then just shift personnel slightly during a game, but they can handle it. Professionals, they've been there before. There's definitely a lot of bite to it, and this man, Mitchell Tainter's leading the way, driving forward, he's looking to slide through.
Connor Donovan able to get down low, and Jorge Hernandez, a former LA Galaxy 2 standout. Arnold Lopez able to break it up, doing what he does best. Hernandez is a player that someone Mark Briggs has really admired over the last couple of seasons. Feel like he can be quite dangerous sitting underneath. So many bodies forward. Look how many already in the box here. 5 for San Antonio. Their center backs, nobody in their own half. And you have their center back, Mitch Tainter, throwing the ball in. It's unorthodox, but it led to a championship a year ago. Here's a step by Parker. It's always a bit frenetic when you play these two teams. Sacramento's got to see if they can hold their ground and play their style. Herrera is brought down by Mitch Tainter. Give credit to San Antonio. They'd like to set the tone, be very physical, almost dare the official to start handing out yellow cards. And you can make a case it worked really well last year. You look at their season now, 25 points in 15 games. They're off to a good start, but there's just some other clubs that are doing pretty well.
Still sitting in a great spot. I mean, they've only lost 2 games all season. They've tied a few more than they did already last season. But I think, as you mentioned, Rob, the other team, Sacramento's doing really well. El Paso flying right now. And it just shows the growth of the league, the USL Championship. Anyone can beat anyone. But San Antonio are definitely a team who will be there or thereabouts come playoff times.
25-5 a year ago, a plus 28 goal differential. Ended up with 77 points. Cicerone, step by Maloney. Maloney trying to weave this one through the right side. Here comes it Bailey. The Henderson, Nevada native crossing this one and just skirts across the top. And we'll find Jack Gurr, who looks ready to go. Nick Ross does such a good job of finding ball in space and putting players in a good position. Mitch Tainter trying to weave this one through. It'll find Hernandez on the left side. Timmer is there as the mark. Holds his ground well. And Jared Timmer, we have talked about throughout this season, such a solid right back, center back position there that he plays for this Republic side and holds his ground well, rarely commits and over commits, I should say, to a position that puts him or his teammates in a bad place. Over the top it comes, bouncing around Connor Donovan as Dylan is there waiting for it. Sebastian Herrera feeling the pressure from Garcia on the back. Will slide into some space for Dominic Villadair. Villadair sliding through, getting past this back line, and now it's Russell Cicerone. Cicerone crossing the ball in and headed clear. Herrera was waiting for it. Four, 4, and 3 all time between these two sides. The team that has been at home has had the most success. Over the top. And El Wasai is down, and the whistle will stop. So Tanny slow to get up, and he is the one who has been brilliant for Alan Marcina. 5 goals, 2 assists in just 6 games heading into this one.
And they are missing Sam Adeniran, as you mentioned before the game. He's recalled back to St. Louis, and he's starting right now. He's starting for them in MLS tonight, so great for him. Maybe just changes the dynamic a little bit for San Antonio. I'm not sure how much notice they got. We just found out a couple hours ago. And you just see a little knock right there. And I don't believe a free kick was given, or maybe I'm mistaken, it was.
You look at their size. I mean, Justin Dillon has some size to it, the back line. This is a team that has wanted to be physical and have some height to them. And it has been their identity in the last season and a half here. Sacramento 3-1-2 with a goal differential of +3 here, including the goal earlier. Over the top it comes, looking for an opportunity, heading it down, and easy enough for Danny Vitiello, but Justin Dillon and company will apply some pressure. Well, the 2023 Pride Collection is now available. It includes a scarf, t-shirt, socks, and decal. 20% of the proceeds will benefit the Trevor Project, an organization focused on suicide prevention and young people in the LGBTQ+ community. Grab yours today. Shop.sacrepublic.com for the 2023 Pride Collection. Sebastian Herrera, penalty kick goal. The penalty drawn by Gurr. The first 5 minutes. Gurr playing this one forward, looking for Nick Ross, and Tainter's able to get there. And we'll send this ball up field, and Timmer gets ahead to it. For the Washai. Turning. Shrugs off Felipe. Here's Abu, the 31-year-old. Came originally on loan from DC United.
And the goal kick here for Danny Vitiello. San Antonio's setting up high. They're just inviting him just to send it long because they fancy their chances of winning it and then go and getting that second ball.
Vitiello leading the Golden Glove race. 0.57 goals allowed per match. Bailey on the right side. Villader. We'll turn him. Nicely done by Arnold Lopez. Wheat. Nick Ross to it. Crowd loves the effort from Connor Donovan as it sails out of play. These are two top-class soccer organizations, isn't it? This is something to watch. Bailey cutting back in. Look at Tommy Villader here, though. Republic's +18 goal differential is best in the USL Championship. Sitting just a few spots behind them, +11 is San Antonio.
And right there, Dami Vidier trying to get a little bit too cute. And gives up one of these set pieces that you don't really want to do against a side that knows what they're doing with them.
Juan Carlos Azucar. Pressure. And they'll force the first corner. Brought to you by Atlas Disposal. That's something that San Antonio quite enjoys, as you just mentioned, is setting up, trying to get their big bodies in. It brings in guys like Garcia and Tainter. Wind blowing away from goal. This one's driven. Well headed opportunity just outside, but a really good look for San Antonio.
And just like that, it was Justin Dillon. He was actually heading away from goal. Almost came off the back of his head and almost snuck into that near post of Danny Vitiello's, but that's a little warning sign for this Republic side. You give up too many set pieces and you will get punished at some point against them, and it might not necessarily always be that first ball. It's the second one. They love to keep the ball alive, recycle their runs, and that hasn't been an area of strength for this Republic side either, so that'll be an interesting duel to keep an eye on as this game proceeds.
11 set-piece goals for San Antonio here in 2023. Felipe, nicely done, moving forward. Cicerone's got Herrera to his right. Gurr spraying it out wide. Gurr will tip this right back, looking for Herrera. It's Jordan Farr with the save. Just not enough purchase on it, Adam, but a really good build-up from Sacramento.
And that was really well done by Sebastian Herrera, just to get anything on that. "73-degree evening, an incredible summer so far in Sacramento. San Antonio's been dealing with quite the opposite, triple digits nearly every single day. Maybe happy to have a cool down, a 40-degree difference from what they played in just a couple of weeks ago. Cicerone coming back to his left. Cicerone's going to go for it. Just sails over the crossbar. I'll tell you what, Republic have brought a bit of an attitude themselves here tonight. You can see they're hungry to prove something tonight, and Russell Cicerone, he does so well. He's right-footed, and you see the prior chance. Herrera, so hard to get anything on that. He couldn't get the power, but Cicerone comes in, looks like he's going right, cuts back, and just gets too much of that with his left foot. But he is so dangerous. He can make things happen from nothing.
The whistle comes in. Well, many plans are now available for the 2023 season. Choose from one of the pre-built plans or build your own starting at $59. Secure yours. Learn more at SacRepublicFC.com.
And once again, Danny Vitiello is going to be forced to kick this long. And it's picking up the scraps. If you're a midfielder, if you're Nick Ross, you might get a second ball, or it'll just go straight through the other goalkeeper. Comfortable enough for Jordan Farr. Vitiello might count that as a shot on target.
Jordan Farr, 17 goals allowed in 16 appearances. Just another fantastic season for Farr. He was the USL Goalkeeper of the Year for the championship in 2022 in the championship run.
8 of those 17 goals have come in the last 3 games, which is a lot for 3 games. And you think, oh, they must have lost them, but they haven't. You know, they've been able to score at the same time, which is always a positive. You're giving up goals, at least you're putting them in the other end.
Yeah, including tonight now, it's 9 goals scored and 9 allowed as a foul. And Jack Gurr pleading for more, but in the last 5 games, San Antonio has had a bit of a tough stretch, even though they have earned a point, several draws in that run. They go up 3-0 to San Diego, and then they give it all back. It ends up 3-3. Look at this from Jack Gurr. It goes too heavy for Farr. And then the rematch with San Diego, it ends up 2-2. So not a team that is typically one to be giving up goals, but they've had a tough go of it as of late. And I think for a championship team like San Antonio, they're probably not thrilled defensively how they've opened up a little bit. And that's the one thing we did talk to Mark Briggs about, is that this is the style of it. But even watching some film, we talked about it, that they are a little bit more spread out than we've typically seen them. So maybe scoring more but allowing more, and that's always the balance we have discussed throughout the years. Meanwhile, Sacramento continues, and they've allowed just 9 goals all year. Timmer tried to send that one forward. Hernandez can't keep it at his feet, and this one's going to be lofted forward by Nick Ross. Again, you see so many interchanging pieces on this San Antonio side. Carlos Azucar. Felipe can't keep it on his feet, weeding it through. To the right side, Zico Bailey going to put in some space. Oluwaseyi. Tanny trying to get to the end line there, pushing the defender down, Dami Villadair, and Sacramento looks to clear, and Mitch Tainer will hand it back to Jordan Farr.
for the Republic. You have to have an outlet, and Sebastian Herrera is going to be that man. Otherwise, the ball's just going to continually come down your throat. Nick Ross, little step there.
Nick Ross trying to lay it back off, peeling away as a boot. Cicerone trying to get back on side, and Maloney's able to recover quickly. Bailey. Mark Briggs quite upset. The fourth official, Robert Vincenze, has come over. Here's Hernandez, might try to get a look on it. Oluwaseun Tani trying to get there and broken up. Jordan Farr.
Just seen little glimpses so far, but you can just see how explosive, how dangerous and dynamic Tani Oluwaseun is.
Center backs for San Antonio, not afraid to be physical and then try to move forward and win the ball. One of them gets through, that's where Sacramento can have a go at it. Zico Bailey, Dami Villader coming together. Cicerone will loft it high. Herrera. So Maloney goes down hard. Herrera comes together. And the left shoulder being held by Maloney, already losing Carter Manley to a leg injury. And it does not look good for Carter Manley, who could not walk on his own. And now in pain is Connor Maloney.
And Herrera definitely does leave the arm in here, and that, yeah, it's fortunate maybe not to get a yellow card. You definitely saw intent from the goal scorer. And unfortunately for Connor Maloney, looks like that collarbone area is what he's holding there.
And Maloney, 2 assists on the year, drafted by Columbus. Played several matches at Pittsburgh, but he has found his home in San Antonio. Has been an absolute force from that right side for Alan Marcina. Injury stoppage brought to you by Saha Float Spa. And Maloney is up and standing, but he is still holding that left shoulder, and so the trainer having some conversations with him and doing some tests, see if he's all right. Meanwhile, Alan Marcina and the coaching staff have a few bodies up and moving in case Maloney can't continue this match. Meanwhile, a set piece now for Zico Bailey and San Antonio FC.
It's the last thing you want if you're San Antonio. 2 defenders potentially being out of this game. Just over a quarter of the way into it.
There'll be one Carlos Azucar again. Mitch Tainer up for it. Connor Donovan gets there instead, but right back to Isaiah Parker, who came in for Carter Manley. Nicely done by Nick Ross. PK coming in the 7th minute by Herrera, his 4th on the year, and that is the difference in Sacramento. Second place Republic taking on the 3rd place San Antonio. Bouncing around, easy there for Azucar, who was waiting for it. Herrera getting ahead to it, but now here comes Cicerone. Cicerone colliding. And Manley trying to go one way, Cicerone going the other. Well, choosing the right health plan for you and your family is simple with Western Health Advantage, keeping the community safe for more than 25 years. Go online, westernhealth.com. Ball served in really well here. Dillon spinning away. Zico Bailey. Mitch Tainter spending the 18 and 19 seasons with Sacramento. This one's over the top, looking for Dillon. And Arnold Lopez look to send it up the pitch. Herrera is held, and Herrera will draw the foul.
He has to do that a lot tonight, Sebastian Herrera. It's a couple times he's held the ball up, been fouled. What it does is just kind of takes the pace out of the game a little bit. San Antonio are just going to keep bashing it forward. For Republic, can they get a little sustained moment of pressure, possession? Maybe look to trouble Jordan Farr once more.
Nice combination here from Sacramento. Switching the field to Dami. Villader going to his right. Villader might get it a crack and just couldn't get enough on it. As Bailey was able to recover just in time to maybe slow that shot attempt from Dami Villader.
Not afraid to go for it with the right foot, but he had numbers in the box there. Plenty of support in there for Dami Villader. You just see Sacramento moves the ball around, a little bit more patient. They're able to break down this back line of San Antonio. As we mentioned, they've given up a lot of goals lately.
Nick Ross turning away the defender, Tainter. This one served to his left, but looking for Russell Cicerone. And it's Connor Maloney there again.
Some last-ditch defending right there by Connor Maloney. That left leg, so many times you see that ball just bouncing off into his own net. But he turned it away, because if he doesn't, Russell Cicerone would have got right on the end of that Nick Ross cross. Great play by Nick Ross. He might not be the fastest on the field, but I think his brain works a lot faster than most.
He's a crafty player, there's no doubt about it. Gets the most of everything he has. Crowd wanted something there as Arnold Lopez was down in the box. Villader staying on his feet. Cicerone trying to turn away, trying to look for an opportunity for Herrera. Comes to Gurr. Gurr's going to wind up. Gurr. It's denied by Tainter, just a bit out of reach. Nick Ross will try to cross this one in, looking for Cicerone. And not enough again. Look at this from Felipe. Felipe can go. Slicing through to the middle. It comes. It's just behind Herrera. Crowd just could feel it coming. And Timmer is run over, but Timmer is whistled. Tell you what, Adam, it seems like we've had 10 shots for each team. It's not been the case. Just 3 for Sacramento, 1 for San Antonio. But there's been a lot of excitement already in this one. It's been physical. We've seen some plays. We've seen opportunities to weave through the defense. And now Sacramento getting back on the other end as Dillon. Republic have done a bit of a better job holding possession here in the last couple of minutes. Cicerone getting around a boot. Gurr will switch the field. That's one thing you do see from San Antonio. They'll really overload. Wheat, a little miscommunication. Crystal Creamery has been building strong bones and bodies with the freshest dairy from the Central Valley since 1901. Taking pride in dairy you can trust. Simple, local, fresh. Dillon charging in. And an opportunity there for Ullawashai is unable to get through the wall of Connor Donovan. No Lee Desmond tonight, but Shane Wheat, Connor Donovan, and Jared Timmer. A lot of minutes to start this year as Lee Desmond was recovering from an injury. Arnold Lopez, Felipe. Herrera slipping and falling. He is holding his right arm, and that cannot be good. The way he landed, and Dami Villader may need to just get this one out of play as Herrera tried to brace himself as he went down, and Tainter was right behind him, and he is really in some pain. That does not look good, Adam Moffat.
Maybe as his arm was down there, I think he gets stood on Sebastian Herrera. And they've had a fair few injuries, and just as he slips just before he gets to it, I think as Fabian Garcia steps on his fingers, there's nothing malicious there. But that does not mean it doesn't hurt. Maybe the elbow.
His elbow. That's, yeah, the Saha float spa injury.
That's maybe just here. No, the way it was kind of planted into the ground there.
Wow. Well, what a first half here.
Going through all the joints.
Yeah.
We get shoulders, we get elbows.
We had knees already. Who knows what's going on? But this is, you know, energies are high, expectations are high. The intensity has matched this already, and it has been a match between two teams that want to prove that they are the best. And you can argue right now, these are two of the best teams in the entire USL Championship. The way that they have beat teams this year has been equally impressive. Now, recently, have both been as dominant as they were? Maybe not, but either way, they're still playing some really good football, and they're both really near the top of the standings and could make a deep run in the postseason. Long way to go, only halfway through the season, but each making a case that they're one to keep an eye on. Dami Villader to throw. Herrera being looked at by the staff right in front of the bench. The Republic will have 10 at the moment and will try to keep possession, or at least slow down San Antonio as possible until Herrera can get back into the match. Azakar moving forward to Dylan. Dylan just outside the elbow area, and it's here Timmer once more time.
Lovely turn by Juan Azakar. Creates that opportunity. Dylan just can't get his fellow striker inside the box.
Bailey, service down low, lets it through as Dylan, and Herrera, who's back in, as Garcia and Tainter come together. Good step by Shane Wheat. Cicerone. Connor Maloney. Shane Wheat just over the top as Dylan was trying to make a run. Sebastian Herrera, PK in the 7th minute after Jack Gurr was able to draw a foul in the box on Connor Maloney. And that is the lone goal of the evening in Sacramento. Vidiello sends this deep. Garcia and Herrera. Arnold Lopez. Nicely done to the corner to Gurr from Lopez. And just a bit errant from Jack Gurr. It's interesting, Adam. Usually it's Arnold Lopez, the most physical guy out on the pitch, but tonight it's all 22 out there. At least some of the outfielders be 20 players all showing some physicality. Hernandez. Isaiah Parker, only his 5th appearance for this club. Over the top, Olawashait, and here comes Danny Vidiello.
When Vitiello has this ball in his hands or at his feet, goal kick. Backline of San Antonio drops really, really deep. Forwards are up high, so there's big gaps in the middle of the park. If you can win that second ball, just like Russell Cicerone has, you'll get a chance.
Finding Herrera, who's in the box, lays it back to Villader. Villader may serve this. No, it's going to maybe take another couple dribbles. Across the box. Go with a hard one. Oh, what a slam. What a shot, Jack Gurr. And what a service from Dami Villader. And the Republic have the game's second goal in the 38th minute.
An absolute beauty from Jack Gurr. He almost had one 15 seconds into last week's game, but he gets it tonight. And it's that man, Dami Villader, who delivers. Wonderful delivery, back post. Jack Gurr was just waiting for it, and he connects. And Connor Maloney's nothing he can do about that. Kind of knocks it into his own net. But what marvelous technique from the Geordie.
Number 4 on the year for Jack Gurr. Maloney was behind the line. And Sacramento with a 2-goal advantage. Be it air. Bailey, see if they can answer back along that touchline. The two are battling hard on Lopez. Will send it to the VIP.
It's an opportunity for San Antonio to reply straight away, and you always got to be careful. Anytime you get a goal, all the emotions are running high. You kind of can switch off a little bit. That's where you need your leaders to step up, make sure everyone's dialed in, they know what they're doing.
It'll be Hernandez. Left-footed ball comes in. Good opportunity, but Danny Vitiello is there. Great chance again by San Antonio on a set piece. And Republic survive as we head into the 40th.
Zazakar, who's the one who got contact on that, I think, or maybe it was Fabian Garcia, but just not enough to challenge Danny Vitiello. But that's twice now from corner kicks. It's been a San Antonio player first to it.
Nicely done by Nick Ross, holding his ground. Garcia putting up a bit of a forearm to Herrera. It goes uncalled. See it on the other end. You'll see Donovan battling with Dylan. Villader just shows so many skillful moments throughout a match. Sometimes they don't lead to much, but what we saw just a few moments ago, it led to an absolute banger from Jack Gurr.
It comes about from Cicerone getting a chance to drive at them again.
And a foul on Garcia and a yellow card is shown.
And that is a yellow card on San Antonio FC number 4, Fabian Garcia in the 42nd minute. Yellow cards presented by the
Two
Traffic Safety.
yellow cards, Maloney and Garcia, and it's brought to you by the Office of Traffic Safety.
And Sebastian Herrera is not on the, doesn't get an assist, doesn't get the goal, but he initially won the flick on, gave it to Cicerone, who fed it to Villader. He gets back on it and creates the play. Just a really good night for him so far, and I'm good to see his arms taped up. He's ready to go again.
Sacramento gets so much action from those wings, and when it's clicking, it's hard to beat. Villader gonna lop this one, man, carried a bit too much. Villader, his first assist on the year. Missed a couple of weeks due to an injury, and Aldir Sanchez filled in quite nicely and still comes off the bench. You don't lose much with either one of those guys. San Antonio will try to collect themselves, get back their advantage in possession that they had for most of this first half, but it has started to even out. Into the corner it goes, Timmer. And Sacramento's done a nice job really slowing down Hernandez. He does it so much. Typically we've seen San Antonio just lofting it from that back line, but they've started to improve that midfield, and it allows guys like Hernandez to create opportunities for that front line. So Sacramento will have to keep. Notice as this look again, it's a center back, and Mitch Tainer going to take the throw. Looking for Dylan. Timmer goes up. This one bouncing around, a little bit dangerous here. Good opportunity for San Antonio. Dylan. Nick Ross is there to slow it, and Arnold Lopez will send it upfield.
A couple minutes before halftime, and I reckon we'll see probably another 5 minutes with the injuries we've had so far. So there's plenty of time for San Antonio to try and get something back in this half. And for the Republic, you just got to keep it tight at the back, keep it solid defensively. And you see when they don't have that ball, they're getting into that back. The back three becomes a back five. Really tough to break down.
Let's take a moment out here. A word from our sponsor at Smud.
With SMUD rebates, you'll save big. Save money and save the planet for generations to come. Get rebates up to $3,500 from SMUD on clean power appliances, electric vehicles, and much more at cleanpowercity.org.
Really close, just outside the box, and an opportunity here for San Antonio as Arnold Lopez goes in for the tackle. It was close. He's arguing he got ball. Jeremy Shearer is going to award San Antonio a good opportunity here, and they've got size. Dylan, Oluwaseyi, Tainter, Garcia, all on that back post. And Garcia will switch around a bit, and Abu is right there in the middle to clean up anything that might come his way, and now Zico Bailey will join.
Left foot of Hernandez. He can definitely hit the frame here. Sometimes you just want to fizz it right on target, make it tough for Danny Vitiello to hold on to anything.
It's going to be Hernandez. What a strike, what a save from Vitiello. World class from Hernandez, but Vitiello is able to outstretch just enough and keep it a 2-0 game for Sacramento. Azakar, one more time, whipping this ball in, bouncing around. A foul is committed by San Antonio. 7 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half of action in Sacramento. It's Herrera in the 7th minute with a PK goal, and then Jack Gurr in the 38th, but this was nearly number one.
Comfortable enough for Vitiello. I think that's one for the cameras. I think he was deciding whether he was going to jump into that post or not, but opts to swat it away. And Hernandez does well. It does it, gets it up and over the wall, but not far enough in the corner. It really troubled Vitiello. Looked great though. As a goalkeeper, sometimes you got to do that. You got to get one for the cameras.
It's like in center field in baseball. Sometimes you just got to dive for a baseball, and Jack Gurr is holding his face. And here comes another yellow card issued to San Antonio, and it looks like it will be Isaiah Parker. And that is number 3, and it's brought to you by Office of Traffic Safety.
Just as that ball was bounced off the header from Tainter, Isaiah Parker, just a little bit reckless. Again, I don't think there's any ill intent there, but when you get an elbow up into someone else's head, you run the risk of getting yourself a card, and he's got that. And the substitutes come in and got a lot more minutes than maybe expected tonight.
Parker coming in for Carter Manley, who went off with a leg injury. At the same time, the PK was given to Sacramento first few minutes in.
And that's why we have 7 minutes of stoppage time.
Sacramento's been so good at home this year. 6-1-1, their first loss dating back 10 games. Coming to Monterey Bay just a week ago. San Antonio trying to see if they can crawl back into this one. They've got a whole second half. This is a team that can score 9 goals in the last 4 matches.
I think the big question coming out of last week's game wasn't necessarily that they lost the game. It was, what was the response going to be like? What was the attitude going to be like? What was the play going to be like? And it's been a great first half for this Republic side. Straight from the goal, they've been ready to fight, they've been ready to battle.
Dylan crossing this ball in, Oluwaseyi lets it go. Azukar doesn't get a strike on it, and Sacramento breathing a sigh of relief. They got away with one there. Hernandez moving forward in the attack, trying to thread the needle. Cicerone and Abu flying together. San Antonio still threatening here. Maloney serving this ball in, staying home. Sacramento able to get ahead to it. I imagine in a San Antonio match there is more headed balls than any other game in the USL Championship on that evening.
Might not be a stat for that, but that would be a good one to find out. Get someone to go back and watch all those games.
Maloney, good service in. Not a bad look, a little flick on there, and this one's sent long for Herrera. He's got a 1v1 on Garcia. Garcia, shoulder to shoulder. Garcia wins for a moment, but Herrera's able to get back up. Garcia then is able to get away with a little bit of a shrug inside the box as Herrera goes down. Jeremy Shearer, the referee, says, come on up, not enough there. But what a battle between those two we have seen tonight. And Herrera looked like he was charging toward goal. On the second chance here, Jared Timmer able to get right back up and earn this again. And another heavy challenge as the whistle comes in, and Jack Gurr. And now the Republic come over and they are fired up as their right back is sent into the boards. And Hernandez this time.
Talking to for Jorge Hernandez, and just as Jack Gurr goes to clear this, Hernandez comes in a little bit late. And again, it's that back leg. It's so reckless. It's so dangerous. The referee really needs to put a stop to that. Somebody else is going to get hurt. It's the trailing leg that comes right through, and it's almost that scissoring action. This is where referees, they got to, for the safety of players, you got to brandish yellow cards. You got to put them out there, kind of try and nip it in the bud.
3 have been issued. It's Maloney, Garcia, and Parker, all for San Antonio, none for Sacramento.
And that was a good battle just before that foul was given between Fabian Garcia and Sebastian Herrera.
Washai coming against Felipe. Cicerone plays it back, maybe a little bit too fast. Enough for San Antonio. And speaking of that loss, as we were talking, as Arnold Lopez goes in for a challenge, he will be booked. As Mark Briggs said after rewatching the game against Monterey Bay, he said it wasn't a bad of performances. It maybe looked in real time to him. He said, you know, we got a lot of opportunities, we just didn't put them away. And he said we didn't want to, you know, overburden the guys. Was thinking that they didn't have a great game. You know, it didn't end up working out in terms of goals getting scored, but kind of want to just move on from it. It's the second loss in 15 games. You can't get hung up on, sometimes things just don't go your way. That's sort of the message. And so Sacramento now fighting back and having a great first half here against San Antonio, who's directly below them in the standings of the Western Conference.
And San Antonio really have not created much at all in this first half. A couple chances from set pieces. This will be the last one they'll get in this half.
Abu, hard driven ball. And once again, it's Herrera. Cicerone looking for some help. Look at Hernandez all the way on the other side of the pitch. There's so many interchangeable parts for San Antonio. That's Cicerone trying to direct Nick Ross, telling him where he'd like him to be. And they'll have more time to have a conversation about it. They go to the break. It's the Republic with a 2-goal advantage. Early penalty kick. Jack Gurr able to draw a foul in the box. 7th minute, putting it away is Herrera. And then that man, Jack Gurr, adding the second to 38th on a brilliant service in from Dami Villader, his first assist on the year. It's been physical. It's been entertaining, and it's just what you expect from these two sides. San Antonio, Sacramento. It's the home side with a 2-goal advantage. But you know it's going to be another fierce 45 minutes. We got a halftime coming up. You don't want to miss it. Great special with Keko. That's coming up right after the break. It's the Republic with a 2-goal advantage, and the fans are loving it. We got another half to go. Don't go anywhere.
Why do you do it? You ignore the signs and the flashing lights.
My mom is out there. That's my dad in that truck.
Slow down.
How would you feel if that was your dad? Be alert.
Be work zone alert.
This is the look of a little girl with big dreams, but only one last hope. A girl whose organs were shutting down as she was growing up. A girl who finally found her spotlight when she found her specialist. UC Davis Health, From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health, discovering healthy.
With SMUD rebates, you'll save big when you switch from this to this. This to this. Or this to that. Save money and save the planet for generations to come. Get rebates from SMUD on clean power appliances, electric vehicles, and much more at cleanpowercity.org.
The fun has begun. The Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino is now Northern California's premier family fun destination. Get your heart racing on this spectacular 3-level indoor kart track. If bowling is up your alley, there are 18 lanes of fun at the Apex. Plus a mind-blowing virtual reality arcade, incredible golf simulators, and one of the best sports bars anywhere. We're taking entertainment to a whole new level. It's the Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe. Just call a friend, a cab, or get a ride share. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
It's the Modelo halftime show here at Heart Health Park in Sacramento with a 2-goal advantage over San Antonio. Well, part of the Indomitable Spirit series presented by Modelo is that we sat down with Republic winger Keiko, discuss his love for the game and being a child in Madrid. Let's take a look.
Now it's into the box is a problem. Keiko steps over and Keiko scores.
For us to be able to attract Keiko here was a big get for us.
Keiko with a world-class performance all the way down the spine. Keiko, yes! Absolute dream start for Sacramento.
Talk about your early childhood, growing up in Madrid.
Yes, I'm Keiko. I'm son of one married couple, my mom and my dad. They have 2 kids, me and my big brother. My brother's name is Ismael. He is 4 years old more than me. When you are the small kid in your family, you always have advantage because you copy the things that your brother does. My brother, he loves soccer. He was always play soccer with the kids of his age. And I always enter there, even if there is not a space for play with these kids. I enter there, I wanna play. You know how the small kids does. And I play always with guys older than me, so this was a big advantage and
All right, just a wonderful piece on Keiko there. Well, tonight's halftime show is brought to you in part by Modelo, Red Hawk Resort Casino, and by SMUD. More in the second half. This halftime show as well, coming up after this.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Taxes man, left foot, and it's a first-time shot, and a goal! Luis Fernando! It's turned over. Babu Karjai to put it away! Phoenix Rising will take all 3 points, 3-1 Rising!
Welcome back to the capital of California. Fans are all smiles because the home side has a 2-goal advantage as here we are at halftime. What a matchup this has been. I'll tell you what, there's just a different energy. There's a different flow to games between San Antonio and Sacramento.
Yeah, both teams leaving it on that field tonight. It's 2-0. We've seen some injuries. We've seen some great chances for the Republic, but not too much for San Antonio in the first half. I'm sure that'll change in the second half, though. They're going to come out and want to try and get right back into this game.
They've threatened all night as Sacramento has had some really good looks as well. And we've just seen some fantastic goals. But we'll talk more about that. We'll show you the highlights in a minute. But how about we go around the league?
Let's do it. Let's get around it.
Our USL news and notes, and a lot to get to here is it is Pride Month, celebrating the LGBTQ plus community. So a lot of stories will be up online. And then how about that? The ownership groups just keep getting more famous, I should say.
Swankier. Is that
Dominique Wilkins. Do you remember watching Dominique as a kid? Because I know when I was a kid, I mean, he was an all-time dunker, and now he's going to be trying to score goals as part of the Birmingham Legion investor.
And he was on the broadcast last week, and as he jumped on the broadcast, he scored a goal. So I think he's going to be their new announcer as well. Part owner and announcer, so good for him.
All right, well done. USL on ESPN2, Rising 901, coming up this Saturday. And that'll be 11 o'clock Eastern. How about we go to the standings? It is a fight at the top. El Paso, Sacramento, San Antonio, San Diego, Monterey Bay, all in the mix. But it is Sacramento now. If they can hold on to this victory, would leapfrog up to the top spot once again. They've held it the entire year, all but really last weekend, right?
They've been there. If they can hold on to this, they'll remain there, sitting at 32 points. What a fantastic start to the year. You just see how close it is, all the way down to, Orange County, a couple wins lately. It's really, really tight this year.
Well, Mark Briggs said at the beginning of the year, it's not going to be easy. I think it's been very clear. It is not going to be easy. And we had such a hot start out of the gate. It just felt like it was going to continue forever. Here is our scoreboard, and nice win for Pittsburgh taking on San Diego. They get the win. Orange County wins in Detroit, and Louisville able to hold off Las Vegas. And tell you what, New Mexico, new coach, they're trying to change things up a little bit, take down the switchback. So you just never quite know. And then I think it's a positive draw when you see Oakland and Phoenix drawing there, because that means neither one are starting to make some move up towards Sacramento. So a lot of great scores, a lot of great stories thinning around the league, and it's just fun. This is a really fun season. So we cannot take any team lightly, because it's going to be a fun game.
It is. It really is. It's the same in the East as well. It's very tight there too.
Well, here's what we got coming up on Wednesday: Oakland, RGV, and then on ESPN Plus you'll find Indy 11, San Diego, and Colorado Springs and Miami FC. That is all coming up. Well, how about some highlights, some stats? We'll do that after the break. Don't go away. It was a good one right out of the gate. Sacramento showing San Antonio that they may be top dog, but the boys from the Lone Star State have a lot of time to answer. 45 minutes still to go. We continue on the Modelo halftime show after this.
This is the look of a woman who fought cancer for years with no answers. A woman who bravely championed her own health and found a doctor who'd do the same. A woman whose ending was rewritten when she found remission. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
Listen up. Why do you do it? You ignore the signs and the flashing lights.
Don't you see the work zone?
Seriously, Caltrans is working right there. Right next to your speeding car. My mom is out there. That's my dad's truck. That's my papa behind those cones.
So slow down.
Watch out for them. And be alert. How would you feel if that was your dad? Be alert. Be work zone alert.
What a look from Nick Ross.
Quality. Look at that ball played out there from Lee Desmond.
Archibald puts Sacramento ahead.
How do you build a community that thrives? By staying active, by working and playing together, and by building strong bones and bodies with food that's simple, local, and fresh. Crystal Creamery has proudly supported Central Valley athletes and athletic programs since 2012. Because when you nourish a community, the community thrives. Crystal Creamery, simple, local, fresh.
Sacramento! Unbelievable! And it's bedlam in the capital city! What a first half it was. Sacramento out of the gate early. Adam drawing the penalty. Jack Gurr with a nice move toward goal in the 3rd minute and able to get the whistle.
It's pulled down from behind. Unfortunately, Carter Manley exited the game. Jack Gurr got hurt. Herrera put it in the back of the net, and that was it. 1-0 Republic.
Sacramento was rolling. Fans were feeling good about it, and the Republic did an answer back after the loss against Monterey Bay. 18th minute, things started to get interesting. San Antonio started to come back at a pretty good look, but it just missed wide. And as we'll look here, it was just a physical match. You had opportunities coming from both sides, and Russell Cicerone and company moving forward, trying to get this around Herrera. Able to find it, but just not able to put it away.
And this one, Villader gets the ball out wide to Cicerone, cuts a couple times, brings it back on his left foot. And just too much, goes over the bar. And then last one, Cicerone, Herrera.
Villader, look at this. Sensational, Adam. Just absolutely sensational what this crowd has been able to see tonight in the build-up from the left and the right, no matter what it was. Sacramento was on all cylinders.
Great finish by Jack Gurr.
And one more time, it was the final look for Hernandez, but it was easy enough for Danny Vitiello. So a lot of golden plays, and now we are about to get underway here. Jeremy Shear is ready to blow the whistle. Sacramento with a 2-goal advantage heading in to the back half of this game, and Herrera has been physical all night, and Sacramento with a little bit of their own set play off the kickoff. What do you want to see from Sacramento in the first 5-10 minutes?
We switched on. San Antonio is going to come flying at them in this second half. Expect more pressure as the game comes further and further into it. But keep doing what they did in the first half. They did really well, just matching the fight, matching the battle that San Antonio brings. And they create some really good chances. This man, Sebastian Herrera, is just giving Fabian Garcia fits up there.
Jack Gurr comes in with a sweep of the leg as Parker goes down. And you're right, Garcia and Herrera, it has become its own game to watch within this game because they have gone shoulder to shoulder, grabbing, fighting, no biting yet, hopefully, but man, you can see both taped up here and there. They're going to have a lot of bruises after this one. There's no doubt about it. This one's coming in the middle, dangerous area. This is where San Antonio loves to clean up balls. Nick Ross trying to play it forward to Herrera. Herrera is cut down from behind, and Nick Ross sliding through, trying to put in the pocket for Gurr, but Gurr was unsure if that ball was going to get and tried to get back onside.
Great idea by Nick Ross, and just couldn't quite get the ball into the path of Jack Gurr.
No Lamar Batista tonight as well. He was sensational for San Antonio last time these two sides have met. He's been really good for them all year. Abu trying to keep it forward. Connor Donovan, as Dylan was hanging around. Dylan, 9 assists, 6 goals a season ago. So far, just 2 tonight, or on the year. He's trying to get his first goal. He's got 2 assists, Dylan. Winding up, ball serviced in. Vitiello's got a decision to make and makes the right one in the air. These are two teams that have taken on some of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, and Sacramento put the smackdown on Louisville earlier this year, 5-0. And then San Antonio followed up a few weeks later, beating Charleston 7-0 in South Carolina. Cicerone back to Nick Ross. Here's Villader angling toward Zico. Bailey's just able to get there in time. A beautiful tackle from number 27. It sends it out of play for a corner kick, brought to you by Atlas Disposal.
Good recovery by Zico Bailey. It looked like Dami Villader was going to get that cross in. And this is one area that Mark Briggs, we spoke about this week, would love to see a little bit more production. These set pieces, corner kicks. Obviously missing Rodrigo Lopez. We know his level. But you've got some big boys up there. Give them a chance.
Comes to Villader. Shane Wheat was there as Connor Donovan's going to continue his run. Look at this opportunity. A diving save. Nick Ross shot denied by Jordan Farr. And now the counter. Oluwaseyi able to get by. He's going 1v1. Danny Vitiello getting low, gets by him, and just out through. And Alan Marcina thought there should have been a little bit of contact there. But boy, Oluwaseyi can absolutely fly down the pitch. Adam Moffat.
Get a look at that, Nick Ross. And the technique, once again, from a Sac Republic player on the volley was phenomenal. But the goalkeeper, again, doing that for the cameras, I think. It was comfortable for Jordan Farr, but stretched out on it. And up the other end, you got to say, Oluwaseyi, if he wasn't as honest right there, he probably could have got a penalty kick. He caught Vitiello on a really tough spot, touched it by him. Most of the time these days, you see players go down there. And I take my hat off to him. I like the fact that he stayed on it. It didn't benefit him in any way, but it's good, honest play. You don't see as much of that anymore.
Back in your days.
Back in my day.
Vitiello will come to it. So San Antonio coming off 3 straight draws. San Diego 3-3, El Paso 2-2, San Diego 2-2. The last win was actually May 27th now. That was against New Mexico 2-1. Mark Briggs talked about they're going to be ready for a fight. And you know what? Sacramento's come out and been ready to go toe-to-toe with this San Antonio side. Again, coming into this match, each team with 4 wins, 3 draws. On the series here, Republic now have 12 goals, but each had 10 coming into it. Oh, a little misstep there by Connor Donovan, allowing Oluwaseyi to get a go at it, but too heavy, and it skirts safely to Danny Vitiello. Oh my gosh, San Antonio probably should have the comeback goal right there. Keep it 2-goal advantage here for Sacramento. Villader. Cicerone. Luis Felipe now. Villader in a foot race. Trying to get to the end. Curling this ball. Jack Gurr waiting for it. Almost a instant replay of what we saw earlier, but good defending by Isaiah Parker to not allow that to happen. Cicerone so dangerous from here. Cicerone takes a deflection just off the way from Connor Maloney getting down low, but we've seen that from Russell Cicerone. He can turn pretty much nothing into something. And now another corner kick for Sacramento.
He's so good with his right or left foot. So all he's trying to do is just get half a yard, shift to his left, shift to his right, gets his team a corner kick here.
Crowd stomping their feet for this Atlas disposal corner kick. Connor Donovan still up in the attacking third here. Gurr has a bit of room. Connor Donovan, will he serve one in? He's going to send it down low, right at goal for Jordan Farr. He had Herrera charging that near post as well, so not a bad idea, but now Sacramento needs to get back in a hurry as Vitiello and Arnold Lopez, as Dillon is just right on his hip and able to dribble away from it. Here's Villader. Assist on the second goal tonight. Nick Ross, he just continues to get better as this season goes on. Now he's flying down the pitch. No one's picking him up. He might start right and trying to get it to Cicerone. I think they were expecting Nick Ross to just go for it.
He's played the right ball. You put it right between the goalkeeper and the back line, and that's where you need a striker getting into that spot. Fantastic run driving in by Nick Ross.
Shane Wheat is going to probably pick up a card here. That's probably the right move, as Azukar was trying to get to that open space, and it could spell trouble for Sacramento. And that is the first yellow card issued to the Republic, and it goes to Wheat.
Yeah, he has to be careful, but just going back to that last chance for Nick Ross, and you see the yellow card there for Wheat, just left too much on Azukar. Two players were looking for the cutback. It was Herrera and Gurr. Get in front of the goal. Get yourself a little tap in. Nick Ross done so well. He took that ball 50, 60 yards.
Just go for goal. But he was trying to find Cicerone, who knows he's a natural goal scorer, put it right in front of him and push this to 3. Meanwhile, a set piece here where San Antonio is quite dangerous. Here comes an opportunity. It's Vitiello just outside the 6. And substitutions will be coming for the visitors at the next opportunity. Rita Zuhir and Ignacio Bailon will come into the match.
And these second balls are so important. Whoever picks these up is going to get a lot of success. Just overhit there by Vitiello, but that's how Sacramento have had a few chances. They're winning that second ball, and San Antonio's so stretched.
We talked about they've had the opportunities to score. They've had 16 goals heading into this one, their previous 6. Hernandez dribbling around, trying to create something for a teammate. As Gurr sends it backwards, and Connor Donovan's trying to dribble away from the line. Nicely done, Russell Cicerone. Now can Republic build up on their own here? Villader right back out to Russell. Cicerone's trying to play it forward to Nick Ross. Another thing too, you look at San Antonio this year, and even though they've been able to find some success, they're hanging around their 3rd place. 15 different starting lineups out of 16 games.
Some of that's been, offside flags going to go up here. Some of that's due to injuries, some suspensions, players getting recalled from loan.
And they've added players here. They've signed some short-term guys, Kai Koriniak and some others that have been replaced by others. And you obviously saw Sam Adeniran then get called back up to St. Louis. And so here's our changes. It's Rita Zuhir. Zico Bailey is out. And it looks like Justin Dillon will come out. And the Argentinian with 3 goals will come into the main game here. Try to get a different look. Jack Gurr is on the turf, and Briggs might have a decision. We know that Gurr took a little bit of a knock earlier in the game during that penalty kick. or as it was awarded during a foul in the box. And Gurr has just been a bit frustrated. Let's see whether or not some changes are made, and it looks like Gonzani Ferdi Sosa might come into this game for Jack Gurr. And there is the substitution as Jack Gurr comes out of it. Well, I'll tell you what, Jack Gurr again scoring the game's second goal, his 4th on the year. And now Ferdi Sosa is put in a position where he can show Mark Briggs maybe he deserves some more playing time against one of the top teams in San Antonio. What does Ferdi bring to this match for Mark Briggs?
Chance here for Cicerone. He's trying to get that ball down in the box of San Antonio.
Meanwhile, yes, on the other end here.
I think for Ferdi Sosa, he just has to come in and he has to be solid. He hasn't played too much.
And he might hang back a little bit more. He's so attack-minded when you have Jack Gurr on that right wing, but with Sosa, it might be a different look.
I think many people can, and that this time might be Herrera getting that yellow card. And here's the same thing he had a word with.
Jordan Farr is being told to head back to the box.
But for Ferdi, not many people can contribute like Jack Gurr does going forward. That's in the whole of the USL. I think keep it solid at the back. You're a defender. You've come in 2-0 up. Continue to get that clean sheet. And if you can add some stuff going forward, great.
This will sail and ends up being a goal kick for Danny Vidiello. Nick Ross to it, quick touch, Herrera. It'll come all the way back. Little misplay here from Jordan Farr. Connor Maloney able to keep this in play. Just right on the line there. Heavy touch, a little bit slow. And a good look for San Antonio now breaking out. Azúcar serving this ball in. Danny Vidiello off the one hop. And now with a moment, let's hear from a word from our sponsor from the Office of Traffic Safety.
So you're out for a drink. Before that drink turns to drinks, make a plan to get home safe. Just call a friend, a cab, or get a ride share. Whatever you do, don't let drunk drive. Go safely, California.
Mitch Tanner with the step. Sosa trying to track back, plays it centrally. Maloney looking for an opportunity, dancing through. Sosa goes down, gets all the ball. Right off the chest. Look at Ferdi Sosa just holding his ground 3 times in a row, and the crowd's loving it here in Sacramento. Herrera is being held. The assistant referee pulls up the flag. But Gonzani Ferdi Sosa making his name known to the home crowd here. It's the 2nd season here, but that kind of effort in one possession will earn you some points with the crowd. There's no doubt about it.
That was brilliantly done by him in the initial challenge. And then the pressure, and then winning the ball, and then a great ball up to Sebastian Herrera. That's how you make an impact as a substitute and get the whole stadium riled up as well.
Lopez serving deep. So here, spinning around as Hernandez Felipe is there. Trying to put it in some space. Shai going against Sosa. Sosa picked him clean. Another opportunity service in, but Arnold Lopez there to come from the backside. Just a nice team defensive effort from the Republic right now as San Antonio's trying to threaten. Mitch Tainter may take this one himself, and it's Aaron. He gets caught in the grass and holding his left ankle. Let's go back to Sosa, though, out of the Republic of Congo. He's early 30s and a fantastic player with Union Omaha. He was a captain with them, comes to Sacramento looking for another opportunity. He's the guy who puts in work each and every day. He's getting a chance to shine right now against San Antonio. His strength and his size really coming in handy for Mark Briggs right now.
We're not going to mention that Mitch Tainter shot there.
I just said it, Aaron. I don't know what else you wanted me to. You didn't follow up with it.
I spoke to him before the game, and he said I'd got to be nice to him. So I didn't want to mention it, and then I thought, you know what, I will. But to be fair, he did take a big divot there. So lost his footing. We've seen him score an absolute wonder goal from about 40 yards in this stadium before for the Republic. That one not quite as it went out for a throw-in.
He had 3 goals, 4 assists in his time in 71 appearances with Sacramento. Opportunity from deep. It'll sail into the Tower Bridge Battalion.
Oh, great hands in the stands, and the hands in the stands.
The Republic out. Luther Archimed, because of his opportunity to play in the Gold Cup, got in, scored a goal last week. Congratulations to him. He might be out of service for Sacramento for up to a month if his team, Guadalupe, can continue a run.
And the first active player on the Republic roster to be named to a Gold Cup squad, so it's a great achievement for him.
Served in, comes back, opportunity. What a good strike it was from Zuhair, but just not on target. Zuhair.
You know, wasn't a great start for the US in the Gold Cup, tying against Jamaica, but they can get back on track. Hopefully follow up that Nations League victory with another one. That was an interesting semi-final game, the one against Mexico. It's been a bit feisty out here tonight, but nothing near that.
It was in Las Vegas for that, and they ended up calling it early. And Herrera drawing the foul, and actually he's whistled for the foul, and Herrera's like, my jersey's ripped. What's going on? Moving forward, Zuhair. He's got 2 goals and an assist, trying to add to it. And Dami Villader has been asked to play much more defensively tonight. Arnold Lopez just moving up the pitch. Cicerone trying to turn Maloney. Cicerone is pushed to the side, but it is last touch by Maloney. San Antonio's been okay away from home, 3-2-2 on the year.
Where they've had a lot of success the last few years, Cicerone on the left here.
At home is where they have just been absolutely dominant.
And they just physically impose themselves on other teams, and a lot of teams just crumble at that, and that's not been the case tonight. The Republic have been willing to step up.
Hernandez sliding through, and the flag is up.
Just offside there by Loney. But they just haven't shied away from the physical part of the game, Sacramento. And that's probably frustrating for the San Antonio side, who's used to, you know, getting opportunities and playing the long ball, winning the seconds.
Substitution being made as Joan, recently signed to the club. He's on loan from Minnesota, Portland Timbers 2. You might remember him. Did play with Matt LaGrassa back in Nashville. So he comes in for Isaiah Parker, who originally replaced Carter Manley, who got hurt during the foul in the box that led to the first goal for Sacramento in a PK for Herrera. Right along the edge here, Zuhair. Zuhair able to get out of it by Loney, trying to play it forward. Cicerone able to break 3 just over the top of his head, and just about a step too far, but a good looking ball from Connor Donovan trying to spring Russell Cicerone for one. Mitch Tainer putting this in the corner for Ignacio Bailoni. And the flag is up.
And that was Cicerone. Almost got in the end of that Connor Donovan ball. And it's like in football, you know, the catching it over your shoulder. Easy with your hands.
Easy with your hands,
very
yeah.
hard with your feet, your legs. And Cicerone just keeping an eye on it. Just lost track of that one. But it was a great run from him.
Well, the Apex is now open at Red Hawk Resort and Casino, go-karts, bowling, games, and much more. Red Hawk Resort Casino, the official casino partner of Sac Republic FC. Felipe. Mitch Tainer did a nice job to hold his ground. Azúcar. Not where he wanted to go there. Now Sacramento with an opportunity is Nick Ross and Russell Cicerone. Maybe a little bit of a two-man game. Abu is able to apply pressure and turn Nick away. Those balls make me a bit nervous when you head them all the way back for a team like San Antonio. And then you get your center backs out of position, and it's exactly what's happening right now. Hernandez just played in some space, but Bailoni wasn't there. Sacramento catching another break, and Bailoni just running over Jared Timmer. Maybe a bit frustration coming out of San Antonio.
And no need to foul as well, but Jared Timmer had nothing on. He was taking his time because there was no one up the field for him. A little bit too much, Bailoni.
Herrera in the 7th minute, Gurr in the 38th. Those are the 2 goals scored in Sacramento between these two sides. Hernandez, so good on the ball, able to keep his dribble. Republic playing a little bit back now, not seeing that pressure we saw in the first half of play, and allow maybe San Antonio to work it up. There's Sosa. He's really good as a sub so far, coming in for Jack Gurr. Cicerone just plays it out. Mitch Tainer comes charging forward. Sosa can't find Herrera. And Herrera and Abu will get a talking to.
It's going to be
a little bit confused here. It seems that maybe
it's going to be a throw-in for San Antonio. They deemed the ball went out of bounds, but it did look like Cicerone had a little bit late contact on him.
A little shove from Herrera. Abu just dribbles out of play there, just unable to turn on it. That's how he's hoping to maybe send something in. Republic hosting Rio Grande Valley at home July 1st, 8 o'clock. That's next Saturday. San Antonio will host Birmingham Legion. Azúcar coming to it. Dami Villader. Shane Wheat takes a bad bounce, and it's a denial by Danny Vidiello on Zuhir. What a strike. Abu. San Antonio. A little bit of momentum swinging their way here. Ball serviced in, just a bit heavy and out of play.
He got a hold of that shot, Zuhir, and he's had a good impact since coming off the bench. Brought a lot of energy, and Shane Wheat gets fortunate, just fails to clear that ball. Vitiello takes no chances, just parries it away. And you're looking at 20 minutes left. There'll be some stoppage time as well. San Antonio's starting to get a little bit of momentum here. Republic just failing to keep a hold of the ball for any sustained length of time. And anytime you do that, the ball's just going to keep coming at you.
Well, you know it's going to be close. These two teams, throughout the 11 matches leading to this one, every game has been decided by just one goal. Most scored in a game was Sacramento, and it was a 3-2 victory back on August 3rd of 2019. Hernandez going down softly, but it's San Antonio's continuing charge forward. Oluwaseyi trying to find just a seam, and it's denied again by Sacramento's back line. Wonderful build-up by San Antonio. The Republic defending come again at the end there to deny the shot.
And they'll just, one goal for them, and they'll feel they're right back in this, San Antonio.
It's Garcia here to the left side. Tainter whipping this ball back post, and just a bit heavy for Azucar.
Almost like to see the roles reversed. Azucar crossing it in, Tainter trying to get on the end of it there. But they're starting to apply more pressure. You know, there's plenty of time left in this game. There's been enough late goals in the last 4 or 5 games they've played in.
Sacramento 9 shots compared to 7 for San Antonio, 4 on target for the Republic, and 3 for the visiting side here. But it has felt like each side has threatened nearly every possession tonight. It has just been a battle between these two teams, and you feel for an officials in matches like this because you know it's going to be physical, and you could probably whistle a foul every single possession at some point, but you're not going to. Working it around as Maloney's able to win the ball back. Along the right side, Azucar again trying to get deep into the final third. This one's through. Bailoni will put it through and in. And San Antonio's right back into this game. That's what makes Ignacio Bailoni so dangerous. His 4th on the year. And they were happy to get him back after a season away. And look at this.
It's great play by Oluwaseyi. Just slides that ball perfectly through. Bailoni can take it first time. He just lets the ball come across to a stronger left foot. But the Republic got really, really stretched. They committed too many bodies forward when Cicerone had it high in the corner. And all of a sudden, you're just running back the way, almost 4v4.
Well, Cicerone's playing it back to Nick Ross. Nick Ross has Sosa to his right. Somebody needs to make a run in from help. Here comes Dami Villadair. Sosa's going to go 1v1, cross this one, back post, a little bit too heavy, and it will drop over the shoulder of Russell Cicerone, but Sacramento keeping possession. Cicerone crossing this one in, just right to Abu. Dami Villadair gets a step on it. Arnold Lopez. Here's Sacramento now, a little bit better possessions. And there will be changes for the Republic. Abu. Hernandez now playing it forward again. Here comes San Antonio in the attack. And it'll skirt to Danny Vitiello. So a penalty kick set up a Herrera goal in the 7th, and then Jack Gurr added another one in the 38th from an assist from Dami Villadair. But now San Antonio back into it after Bailoni able to find the back of the net. Sosa into the corner. He's got Herrera with him. And Garcia getting physical, but able to win the ball back for San Antonio. At least temporarily. Coming to Herrera is the opportunities that the Sosa's trying to find here. Mitch Tainter defending. And there's Joam, who just recently checked into the match for Isaiah Parker. Turnover. Tell you what, San Antonio's feeling like they got a little bit of life here. Still about 15 minutes or so to go in this one. Felipe, the crowd loving it. Cicerone was waiting for it, but the flag will go up.
Yeah, and he just stepped offside there, Cicerone, expecting the ball to come a little bit sooner. Could finish regardless, but it will not count. I don't think the fans in the other end of the stadium saw the flag go up like we did, but we do have some substitutions coming up here.
So Russell Cicerone will be replaced by Keko, and Dami Villader will be replaced by Alder Sanchez. Sanchez, younger but fairly similar in style to Dami Villader, but for Keko, much different look. What do you think? As Keko brings a lot of energy. We saw at the halftime he plays with a bunch of passion, and we've seen some brilliance from Keko. 2 goals, 2 assists on this season, but now it's San Antonio who's starting to threaten here as these substitutions are made. Joan plays it back to Hernandez. Tainter's been given space. He's going to drill this one into the box. Hernandez. They love to look for opportunities from this point, don't they? Just try to serve balls in, see if they can get lucky on one. And more times than not, they have been able to find someone crashing, and it's a formula that has worked. Bailoni with the goal to answer back just a few moments ago. San Antonio making this a 1-goal advantage for Republic. So back to Keko, what do you want to see from number 7?
Brings the composure. You know, he's got the experience, so getting him on the ball, he's not going to force too much. And he'll work defensively as well. That's the thing with Keko. He's just small in stature, but he doesn't shy away from the physical side of the game. As San Antonio starts to look for an equalizer, he can maybe provide that spark that maybe gets that 3rd goal, which could really close this out. But it is going to be a very tense last 15 minutes here in Sacramento.
Tanner will look to put it in the corner. Sanchez. Sacramento trying to hold on to victory here. They go to 32 points on the season. Sanchez playing it up to Keko, or at least attempting to, and it'll hit the ad board and be a throw for San Antonio. And a chance to tell you the Elk Grove Charter School, they believe no one succeeds alone. Come see what a flexible education can do for your student now enrolling for the 2023-24 school year. Bailoni able to get ahead to it. Tainter, a little bit of a heavy bounce. Oluwaseyi. Sosa playing it forward to Keko. Farr is way outside his box, takes it off his hip. And a foul is called as Keko colliding with Jordan Farr just underneath the circle.
Yeah, he didn't know much about it, Keko, but he did just clip the heels of Jordan Farr, who was a long way from home there.
Ball served in. Timmer has to clear it away.
His counterattack opportunities well beyond towards the end of this game.
You know, San Antonio's going to be throwing bodies forward as they could try to find an equalizer here in the last 10 minutes or so.
There was just not enough angle on that ball from Ferry Sosa. He tried to release Keko. Farr being sweeper keeper, read it.
Keko, nice touch to keep it forward. A mistake maybe by Bailoni, or just well done. He got on head on it.
With one of the lowest headers you'll see all year. I think his nose was scraping on the grass.
I wasn't quite sure if he tripped there for a moment, but he was able to control and find Jordan Farr.
He got the job done.
It worked. Well, the leading scorer for Sacramento in the series against San Antonio all time is Stefano Bonomo with 2 goals. And for San Antonio, Cesar Elizondo. Neither.
You should have quizzed me on those.
You weren't going to get either one of those.
Yeah.
Sanchez, nicely done. Playing it forward. Herrera's got a step. Herrera's flying forward. Just checked a moment. Garcia was able to get there, but Sosa and company are flying forward. Felipe's making a move. Sosa's trying to find a teammate looking for Keko and does. Keko out to the white side. Dude, looks like Sanchez here. Back to Keko. Spaniard making a move to the left side, crossing this ball in. Garcia is able to clear for San Antonio, but not enough as Felipe comes to it. Lopez in Sacramento, can they keep this possession a bit longer, make life difficult for San Antonio? Or will they look to add another? Keko has a step. Keko dancing with it. Keko to his left. Keko's denied, but here comes the cleanup as Keko's right back at it, waiting for a teammate to make a run. Just a bit of an over dribble, and Republic are able to breathe here, and maybe you'll find slow things up. Sosa trying to force it in. Mark Briggs wanted to back out. Hold possession. And it'll be a throw for the Republic. 7 minutes here, Adam. It's going to be tense.
Just have the decision making has to be a little bit better. When you have those 1v1s, good play, Sosa.
And Sosa will draw the corner kick.
And I think that's what we saw. Mark Briggs was getting a little agitated, forcing it when it's not on. When San Antonio get back in there, just keep the ball, pass it around, eat up some of that clock, pull them out of those positions. You don't need to force it at that point.
Crowd looking for a 3rd goal from Sacramento. Herrera, Gurr, and Bailoni. All 3 putting one on the board tonight. A 2-1 advantage for Sacramento late. Served up high, bounces around. There's Connor Donovan nearly putting this game away. To San Antonio right back. Shane Wheat will send it to Vidiello, but a bit closer as Alawashai was already in frame. Luis Felipe trying to send that forward, spring maybe Keko or Herrera. Falls to Azúcar, just outside the 18, playing it for Zuhir, and Sacramento now has Herrera and Keko. Keko will try to get this on the outside of foot. Herrera taken down by Jordan Farr, and there's a red card, and Jordan Farr is out of the game. What a moment here as Herrera had been charging possession after possession. Draws out Jordan Farr and is taken down, and Herrera earns the red card against the goalkeeper for San Antonio. And a big-time substitution is going to come here for Alan Marcina as Herrera was charging in on goal.
Yeah, he just doesn't give up, Sebastian Herrera. You didn't even think he was going to get to that, and straight red card given to him, Jordan Farr. Anytime you're a goalkeeper, you come out that far out your box, make contact, you run the risk. I think he's trying to say that the touch was going away from goal, which it was going to the sideline, but you put yourself in a really, really tough spot. You come that far out and you make contact with someone, and you can have no real complaints about it, Jordan Farr.
So probably not expecting to get in tonight's game was Carlos Mercado, but he is now going to check in, and who will come out? Or maybe it's going to be Mitch Tainer.
Mitch is probably going to give the goalie stuff to someone else. I think they've maxed out their substitutions for the night. San Antonio.
You're right, because Joan just came in.
And Fabian Garcia looks to be the one that's pulled the short straw.
I think they've only made 4. So Joan, Bailoni, Zuhir, and Parker came in.
But they've had
and 3 opportunities.
Yeah.
You're right. So they made the change shortly after halftime. So they cannot make a change. You have 5 substitutions, but you have to make them within those 3 opportunities in gameplay. Now, if you do it at the half, that does not count as 1. So now it will be Fabian Garcia who will become the goalkeeper for San Antonio. The last time these two sides met, we saw a bit of fireworks at the end. And here again, we see it once more. A red card shown to Jordan Farr. As Sebastian Herrera is a bit slow to get up, but it means Fabian Garcia, who is the man who has gone against against Herrera all evening long, will now step in between the post.
You don't see it often, and Herrera, shirts ripped. What a night he's had. Slotted away the penalty kick, the opening goal, but he just battled all night. And even that last play, getting the red card for Farr, but he just didn't give up on it. And hopefully he's good. Just a little bit wear and tear on him tonight.
Yeah, he's getting a hug from all his teammates. Mark Briggs even showing some love. So Zico Lewis will come in and a fantastic goal scorer in his own right. Now for Sacramento here, now down to 10 men. San Antonio has a decision to make in terms of how they will play, but on the other side, so do the Republic here. Do you want to see more possession, or you try to put this game away?
Take some shots on goal. You get a defender in there, so test his hands. Just hit the target here if you're Luis Felipe.
Felipe run up, Felipe, what a banger! Oh my goodness, Luis Felipe! I don't care who's in the box, they're not stopping that one, and the crowd is losing it here in Sacramento. Number 5 on the year for Luis Felipe. Oh my goodness, all the fields in the capital of California tonight.
And that'll do it. What a way to finish the night. Luis Felipe steps up and just slams that into the top corner. Jordan Farr might have had some trouble getting to that one, so.
I mean, the height of Fabian Garcia couldn't get to it. I don't know if Jordan Farr is as good as Jordan Farr has been over the last 2 seasons. That was world class from Luis Felipe, who has just tied his goal total from a year ago. And we are only halfway through. Sacramento putting a stamp on this game. But as we know, there is no fight in San Antonio who will try to get a look themselves. Zico Lewis first touch. So a 3-1 game here. And if this holds, it would be the largest margin of victory for either side through these 12 matches all time. Just quite impressive for how good both of these teams have been for so many years. Keko is taken out by Mitch Tainer, who receives a yellow, and Sosa coming chest to chest. There's 3 minutes of stoppage time, but this one might be over quickly. There's the second yellow for Tainer, and that is it. And now is 9, and Mitch Tainer is absolutely incredulous with the official, as they are now down another man as their star center back is going to be sent off the pitch.
Yeah, and Mitch Tainer's trying to say he didn't have a yellow card prior to that, but he didn't. But he was trash talking, and that's why he got the second yellow. So the referee's telling him it's what's come out your mouth has got you your second yellow card. And yeah, that's another disappointing end tonight here in Sacramento for Mitchell Tainer.
And Keko is slow to get up on the other side. And let's take another look at this.
Yeah, to be honest, it's probably a red card for that tackle anyway, so he's fortunate. The ref was being generous to him, and then Whatever he said got him his second yellow card.
And it's interesting, too, because we've seen sort of the way that Mitch has come back. And Mitch loves Sacramento. He was revered here as a player, but now he's on the other side. He's all San Antonio. And so you can see this is definitely becoming a heated, I don't know if rivalry is the word, but it has become a fierce match every time these two clubs get together.
One thing I'll say about Mitch, I played with him, he's one of the most competitive guys I know, but he just has to control it. He's not going to help his team.
And I think what Mitch is saying is that I didn't say anything, it was someone else. Either way, they have one of the defenders in goal, and Fabian Garcia, as Jordan Farr came out, was issued a red card for his challenge against Herrera. And then Mitch Tainter was shown yellow, and then immediately shown another one, and he was sent off. And
he
now
has
the
to
bench.
leave. Mitch Tainter has to leave the field. He's going to get himself an extra couple games here, suspended. A couple coaches getting yellows here.
So it looks like Briggs and Marcina each also receive a yellow. And you're right. I think for Mitch's sake, he's going to. This could be.
They're probably going to, add some games on. Anytime you take so long getting off the field, and see his teammates just trying to get him off, and you can see he's frustrated. And I don't know if he said anything, but definitely seems to feel like it was someone else that said it.
So Alan Marcina and this San Antonio side came in. It was physical. It was tense from the first kick. And this is how the story will play out as Sacramento is able to put 3 goals on. As Mitch Tainter is shown the door.
Yeah, he kicked the corner flag, broke that on the way out as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to miss a little bit more. Control those emotions. Tough. It is tough.
It's the type of intensity that San Antonio has brought. Early on, a penalty given to Sacramento as Gurr was
and you can
taken
see the
down from
corner
the back,
flags broken there.
Taken down from the back, and then Herrera set up the 7th minute goal. And then it was a barrage from there for Republic. They score 3 in this game. Bailoni gets them 1 back, but it won't be enough. 2 red cards issued to San Antonio in the end. And the 12th installment of Sacramento San Antonio comes to an end, and it is a big one. And now Alan Marcina and some of the Republic players are going at it chest to chest. This is the makings of one of the most fierce rivalries we've seen in the USL Championship here in 2023. But in this chapter of the book, it's Sacramento with a 3-1 victory. Herrera in the penalty kick, Gurr in the 38th, and then Bailoni, and then Luis Felipe. And everyone can take maybe a breath here, as now Mark Briggs and Alan Marcina will shake hands and say goodnight to each other. Adam, I haven't seen anything like this in a long time in a USL Championship match.
Fun game.
We'll
That's all I'm going to say. It was a fun game.
All right, we'll come back with your highlights and your man of the match as well. Don't go away.
Join us back here at Hartnell Park next Saturday, July 1st, an 8 p.m. kickoff. As Republic will take on RGV Toros. You can grab your tickets online.
It's a great opportunity for them to make new friends, come out and learn a new skill, or if they've been playing for a long time, to come out and compete against some of the other kids that are from the local area.
The fun has begun. The Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino is now Northern California's premier family fun destination. Get your heart racing on this spectacular 3-level indoor kart track. If bowling is up your alley, there are 18 lanes of fun at the Apex, plus a mind-blowing virtual reality arcade, incredible golf simulators, and one of the best sports bars anywhere. We're taking entertainment to a whole new level. It's the Apex at Red Hawk Resort Casino.
This is the look of a boy who had no hope of walking. A boy who had his spine rebuilt before he was born. A boy who now stays on his feet and keeps mom on her toes. UC Davis Health. From the extraordinary to the routine, we're discovering healthy and changing real people's lives right here in the Sacramento region. UC Davis Health. Discovering healthy.
What a look from Nick Ross.
Quality. Look at that ball played out there from Lee Desmond.
Archimed puts Sacramento ahead.
Well, if your heart rate isn't up, you weren't watching this match. That's for sure. 3-1. Sebastian Herrera, who got the PK goal earlier, but also just a relentless effort all night long. He went shoulder to shoulder with that dominant back line for San Antonio, and he came out, and you just hope that he's able to enjoy this victory. 3-1 for Sacramento. He is our Western Health Advantage player of the match.
Yeah, fantastic evening for him. Gets the penalty kick, heavily involved in Jack Gurr's goal, and then gets the red card on for the free kick that Luis Felipe scored from. And hopefully he's okay. You know, he get absolutely clattered by Jordan Farr. It'd be a big loss if he was to miss any time.
All right, Adam Moffat.
Where do we begin?
Where do you start? Where do you end? Well, we'll do the highlights and show you how it all went down. Here's the 3rd minute, and Maloney just getting behind Gurr, and the penalty kick, and here's number 9, his 4th goal in the season.
Great play by Jack Gurr, getting forward. And Herrera just sends Farr the wrong way in the bottom corner, and then the 38th minute, Herrera involved once again.
Look at the service from Dami, though.
Does that so well. He shapes up with his technique to get over the ball, keep it down low. Maloney's so unlucky, goes right through his legs on the line. But what a goal.
And that is one that will end up on the season highlight reel for sure. But Filoni and company, they're crafty, they're shifty, they're able to find ways. And again, it's 2-1 now, and it's a much different look in the game. And San Antonio started to feel like they had some momentum, and this sealed the door as Farr came out, took out Herrera, who just went limp, and he's still walking a little bit slow, but you hope that he's going to be all right. And then Garcia goes into goal, and Luis Felipe does this. What a strike.
Beautiful from Luis Felipe. Fabian Garcia does his best goalkeeper impersonation, just cannot get to it. And in the 90th minute, it just, I mean, what a reckless challenge by Mitch Tainter. And then the fact that, you know, it leaves like that, he's not doing himself any favors at all, or his team.
Yeah, we'll see whether the league comes down with further disciplinary action, but they're going to be without Jordan Farr now as they take on next week Birmingham Legion, and without Mitch Tainter, they'll get Batista back, but there's going to be some holes to fill for Alan Marcina's side. They fall 3-1 in this one. Sacramento with 10 shots compared to 9 on target. Overall, this was the most intense match, physical match that we have seen all season long, maybe across the league at this point. This was next level here.
It was, and it might not be the last time we see these two play each other.
I don't think so. It depends on how the playoffs all shake out. But here's what we've got coming up, though. So RGV for the 4th of July weekend. I know a lot of you, it's going to be a 4-day weekend. And then at Pittsburgh on the road, and then hosting Memphis for the very first time. That's all coming up. So great schedule, great opportunity for Sacramento to get back on that scoring run. This was a fantastic win tonight. 3-1. They go to 32 points on the year. Adam, whew, what a win.
Brilliant. Great response from last week. The disappointment of losing at home, first home loss of the season. They came out and they had something to prove tonight, and magnificent 3 points. Team will be delighted.
And Republic back on top. It was a fantastic showing here. 3 goals, they allow 1, and we saw it all. For our entire crew here in Sacramento, for our producer Justin Cohen, for Adam Moffat, I'm Rob McAllister. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you Saturday against RGV right here at Hartnell Park.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.